Welcome back to the channel. As was promised, we are continuing our coverage of Kimi K2.5 model. In this video, we are going to install it locally with the help of llama.cpp. We already have covered its architecture, its capability and features in these two videos. Now, if you don't know what llama.cpp is, just go to my channel, search with llama.cpp and get it installed by watching this video. And it is fairly straightforward and all the commands are given there. I'm assuming you already have llama.cpp installed. I'm going to use this unslots quantized version because that is the only thing I can run on my system. Let me also show you my system specs. So I'm going to use this Ubuntu system. I have one GPU card NVIDIA A6000 with 48 GB of VRAM, and this is a command I'm going to run with llama.cpp to get it installed. I will come back to it in a bit. First, how do you download the model? You just go to this Unslots Hugging Face page. You can find the link in video's description. Click on Files and Versions. Just go here and download all of these quantized shards from this ud-tq1_0 contest level. Right click on this downward arrow, save link as, and then save it on your local system. It is going to save it here. It is still being downloaded on my system, as you can see here. Shouldn't take too long, and these are big. I think you would at least need 250 gig of disk space. I will talk about other requirements later down the road. Now, as the model is still being downloaded, so obviously I can't run this command. So let's talk a bit more around what is happening here. So as I said, we are going to use llama.cpp with unslots quantized version. We already have discussed this model's impressive capabilities, but now we are going to show you how to actually get it running on your own hardware without needing a data center. So first, let's start with what makes this model special from a technical standpoint. Kimi K2.5 is Moonshot AI's latest release. It's a massive 1 trillion parameter hybrid reasoning model. Under the hood, it uses a modified DeepSeek v3 mixture of expert architecture, which is interesting because it allows the model to be extremely capable while still being somewhat manageable to run locally thanks to this mixture of expert design. The original full precision model weights are around 630 gigabytes, and I have installed it for one client offline. Again, 630 gigabyte you would need, and I was using around 16 H200 GPUs to run it properly in their lab. Sorry, my apologies, my throat is very crooked these days, even more than usual. Anyway, so as I said, you would need 630 gigabyte disk space, around 16 GPUs I use, but I think you can get away with 4 H200 GPUs to run it in full precision. Now, where this unslot comes in and what exactly they have done with this model, the quantization, well, they have created what they call dynamic quantization versions, and the real breakthrough here is that their 1.8-bit quant that reduces the model size from 600 gigabyte down to just 240 gigabyte, which we are using. That's a 60% reduction in size while maintaining competitive performance on benchmarks. The way quantization works is by reducing the precision of the model's weights, storing them in fewer bits while trying to preserve as much of the original model's capabilities as possible. Unslot's dynamic quantization is particularly clever because it adapts the quantization strategy based on the importance of different weights, which is why they can get away with such aggressive compression while still maintaining good performance on coding benchmarks. But if you're looking to deploy it in production, I would highly discourage you to do that. There could be a lot of hallucinations, false answers, and quality simply won't be there. If you want to deploy it offline privately, you need to deploy it in full or at least half precision. So I would always go with full precision in the production one. Now it is almost there, so allow me one more minute to talk a bit more about its architecture. As I said, it builds on mixture of expert architecture with few modifications. One notable difference from the earlier Kimi K2 thinking is the rope scaling parameter, where K2.5 uses a beta fast value of around 32 compared to K2 thinking's 1. It's a huge difference. The model also includes MoonWit, which is a 200 million parameter vision encoder that handles native resolution images, similar to what we saw in this second video, this one, and first video, where we also tested it out on various benchmarks. Model is downloaded, as you can see, and if I just take you here, so it is just going to verify the checksum and everything. It is almost done. Now coming back to this command, let's unpack this command, what is happening here. So you see, I already have installed llama.cpp. The command is pretty straightforward. First up, we are setting this environment variable llama set rows to 1, which gives us a very tiny small performance boost. The model path points to the first shard of the context model, and we are using the sampling parameters that Moonshot recommends. Temperature is set to 1 for thinking mode to reduce repetition and incoherence. We are using min p at 0.01 to suppress unlikely tokens and top p at 0.95 for nucleus sampling. The context size is 16K, but model can theoretically handle up to 256K tokens. The fit on flag is really useful because it automatically distributes the model across your available GPUs and CPUs optimally. If you don't have enough GPU memory, Llama CPP lets you customize which layers to offload using regex pattern, and I have also shown that in my Llama CPP video. I think enough talk. I will just wait for this one to finish. I think last one is failed, so this might also happen to you. If that happens, just click here and retry the download. So the model is now downloaded. Now let me run this CLI command, and the model is being downloaded. It is at the moment running on CPU. I have fixed my driver, and you can see that now it is using both my memory and the GPU and CPU. And there you go, the model is eventually loaded, and this is the model which is running, and I'm not kidding, it took around 25 minutes just to load. Now let it be there. Let me quickly show you my VRAM consumption, because model testing is not big of an issue. It is consuming just close to my 48 gig of VRAM. And let's also check the CPU. I'll just run the top command. So you see it's also consuming quite a bit of CPU, but not that much. So most of it is offloaded to the GPU, as you can see. And my memory is this, which is a fair bit of consumed, but not, you can see that some of the virtual memory is also there. Okay, so this is my resource consumption. Now again, please, if you are looking to rent a GPU, go to Massed Compute, and you will find their link with a discount coupon code of 50% in range of GPUs. Okay, so now let's do some, maybe I'll just ask it one very quick coding prompt, and then we will see if it is able to do it or not. So how about we we generate just a Space Invader game. So I'll just paste it here, that create a Space Invader game in HTML. I will let it run, and then we can check out the speed here. I will let it run in front of you. Hopefully it doesn't time out or anything. It has started producing the result, and I think they were right when they said that it produces around 3 to 5 tokens per second. So excruciatingly slow, but it is running on our local system. I'm just showing you in real time how it is running. Okay, and I'm not exaggerating, it took around 90 minutes to create this whole code. And you can see that the generation token per second is 0.8 token per second. And this is where I pressed Control C. Anyway, so this is a code which it has generated over the course of 90 minutes, the things which I do for you guys. And let me show you what it has generated. So I've just, pasted it here, created this new index, index.html, and this is a game. Interface looks quite good, but when I click on play again, press this, nothing happens. Even when I do, press the arrows, nothing is happening. So it says there are some controls, space to shoot and all that, but it's not working. So that is where, it's a, you can imagine it's a very, very low quant. So we can't really expect anything from out of it, but still it managed to create this thing. Another cool thing is that it didn't hallucinate or just went into circle at all, but at least it's running. So that is why if you have RAM or VRAM, maybe just go with at least Q4 quad. That is decent enough to do some tasks. For production, go with the full precision. But anyway, now you know how to run it with llama.cpp locally. That's it. Again, please like the video, subscribe, and consider becoming a member. Please also follow me on X if you're looking for AI updates without any hype. And thanks again to Master Compute.